Liberated from having a better, faster, even harder to interact with combo deck in its colors in the format, Abzan Greasefang is finally making a comeback now that Amalia has been banned. And while it's been kind of doing its time in jail or in the background, it has picked up a few new tools, and so I'm going to showcase these today. Shell is, at its core, much as it's always been. You've got the 4 copies of Greasefang, we've got 4 Chariots, 2 Sky Sovereigns, 4 Parhelions. This is the combo. You get Parhelion in the graveyard, you play a Greasefang, you bring it back, through it, da-da-da-da-da, make some angels. Your opponent's dead in a couple of turns. One of Pioneer's kind of premier combo decks. The new cards then, we've got our like Thought Teasers down here at the bottom, Duress, get some Hand Disruption in there. Bit of Triumph, kind of as things were kind of like going away, became a mainstay, is now just like an absolute 4 in the deck. Obviously destroys target creature or planeswalker, but importantly, you get to discard a card as its cost. Easy way to get Parhelion in the graveyard while like interacting with early aggro decks and that kind of stuff. Similarly, Rafine's Informant has been here for ages. Enters Connives, you get to discard your Parhelion. Alright, we've got a couple of ways to discard it. And then like the old mainstay to get into the graveyard, kind of your best turn 2 play used to be Grisly Salvage. Look at the top 5, creature or land from among their hand, the rest is a graveyard. You can find a land for you, you can find the Greasefang for you. Sweet. And then we have this one, Can't Stay Away here. So he brings it back, but has that flashback on it as well. The new cards then, the 2 real big new ones are Cash Grab and Lively Dirge. Cash Grab is very similar to Grisly Salvage. You mill the top 4 cards, and then you can put a permanent among the cards, mill this way into your hand. So like for example, it just like grab Chariot as a hand if you want it to be, but obviously gets Greasefang or gets lands. If there aren't any squirrels in the deck, I guess spoiler alert. That's all it does. Lively Dirge is probably the most exciting card for Greasefang printed in a very long time. It's 1 in the black, but it's one of the spree cards, so you can pay 1 extra mana, so 3 mana total, to search your library for a card, put it into your graveyard, and then shuffle. That can find Parhelion, that is generally what you're going to be putting in there, but for a couple more mana, it does some more stuff. Because for 2 more mana, it says return up to 2 creature cards with total mana value 4 or less from your graveyard to the battlefield. This is where things get really, really powerful. For 5 mana, you can find Parhelion into the graveyard, bring back a Greasefang, and then obviously you get to basically tutor for your combo pieces. You'll have to find a different way to get the Greasefang in the graveyard. Maybe you play one out earlier, whatever, but hey, that's fine. It also tutors for the Greasefang if you found the Parhelion. This is again one of the things where normally you have to find one of the 2 things. This actually finds the other one and then brings the other bit back. 2 4 mana or less creatures, or 4 mana total less. I think the main deck you're bringing back Rafine's Informant. You could bring some sideboard cards, but mostly we're bringing back Greasefang where possible, while ideally tutoring the Parhelion into the graveyard. Vice versa. It kind of slices, dices, does everything you want to do. And so, yeah, the mana base is like fairly straightforward. We do have 1 mana confluence here because the spells are awkward. 3 Temple Garden, 3 Razor Edge Thicket, a Brushland, a Overgrown Tomb, 3 Darkwood Pathways, 2 Blue Marsh. The mana, I'll have a link in the description to the deck list so you can copy it so you don't have to list in all these individually. We have a Besage and Attacking, but those are the 2 utility lands that we are playing. I've also not included a sideboard because today I'm going to be playing some best of 1 Explorer rounds, but Abzan has plenty of different options to choose from. And one of the best things about Abzan Greasefang is that if you do want to play it in best of 3, or you want to play it in paper at FNM or at tournaments, I know it's not Pioneer season in a minute, but it will be at some point soon. It has one of the most diverse sideboards, and while your main plan is like, hey, we're going to do like Greasefang reanimated stuff, get the Parhelion back, you could like the power of Esker's Chariot as a mid-range card and being able to board into more mid-range threats and planeswalkers is just super, super powerful. While also having access to great early removal with like Fatal Push if you want to play things versus aggro decks, and like Hand Disruption versus combo stuff as well. So just a really, really solid deck in the format. Would absolutely recommend basically no matter which way you're engaging with Pioneer or Explorer. And so yeah, gonna play in some best of 1 ranked today, and I'm gonna get into matches. If you're not already, please subscribe to the channel. I'd really, really appreciate it. And more stuff coming. So see you in matches. Let's see what we got here. Ooh, interesting one. Let's see what our opponent's up to, because this could be a Thought Seize Yourself angle, but it feels a little awkward. We will absolutely keep though. See what angle our opponent's at. Island prototype. It might be a Thought Seize Ourselves angle. I'm gonna run it. I'm just gonna target us with this. Hit the Parhelion. This is helped a little bit by the fact that like they know that what we're up to, obviously now. But if they're doing like artifacts, potential like synthesizer, like affinity type stuff, they don't have loads of interaction here. Yeah, it's like they're like, oh, I'm gonna play some artifacts. Like there's like Metallic Rebuke, but One of the things that I find is that when I'm building decks like this, is that it's actually really hard to find space for them. Those kind of cards. But we'll see what kind of angle they're on. I'm going to say go here. We have the 2 lively dodges, so I'm going to play Greasefang. I assume they have a removal spell. Some description. We're kind of like banking on them not exiling it, but we're at the point now where like, okay, they have to use a march. And that's annoying. The dodge will be able to tutor and reanimate Greasefang very soon. That just costs 5 mana. In the meantime, at least make a chariot. Start doing chariot things. One of the things we're like, with this hand, we have to kind of go for it. But, hey. Sure. Get to munch a token. I think I'll agree with this. I'm very happy for them to use removal on this. But, sure, they're going to take both tokens away. Right, because that's a Metalwork Colossus. Yeah, that makes sense. Do they have a way to make this unblockable at the moment? No, and they don't have a way to tutor either. They can flip this. That also won't kill us straight away. I'm going to block because we actually have nothing to do with this while it's in play. I don't know why I'm thinking about it. When we hit untap land, they're on 18. Yeah. All the modes, please. I'm going to put a Greasefang in our graveyard and bring it back. Bring back a Hellion. Through it. If they ever... there's some potential that they find a way to make these unblockable, which is a problem. Fortunately, we also have the Raffine's Informant for when this goes back to our hand. But yeah, it is not trivial, I would say. You can tap here to transform. If you don't trap the forge, you can use it straight away to start making tokens, I believe. They did end up tapping it, which is fine in itself. We have to make these blocks, because if we don't, we die. I guess I'm going to do this. You take 7. Okay, fair. Oh, they're done my crap back here. Alright, nice. Alright. This is pretty awkward. We're not doing anything for a little while. Like, the Raffine's Informant's like fine. We're not really gonna mulligan this. And we will go ahead and keep this. So we have 2 lands here. Grizzly Salvage is actually a bit awkward. We can discard one of these to Chariot. This requires us to get a green source. And of these by themselves, like the Chariot is better. I'm very tempted to put the Salvage back. The Chariot's not necessarily better, but like if our opponent has a removal, that's better. The Sky Sovereign can be a real blowout by some of the aggro decks. I think we do this because it doesn't rely on us having a green source early, because we don't have a green land. Okay. Interesting. We gotta like have all our vehicles. We just need to find mana. That's not a waste not, which I feel good about. I'm just gonna Informant. We'll put the Power Hellion in the graveyard. I think that's fine. This is probably gonna be fairly grindy, so would like to hit land drops to start looking at being able to kill Eska's Chariot. Or we do another Chariot, not lands. Yeah, even in that case, we'd rather draw more Chariots than have the Pot of Helion in our hand. Like, these at least help us grind through the kind of like mono black cards. Where the combo is just kind of not gonna... It's gonna get disrupted is what's gonna happen. 2 lands is awkward. We shall say, we shall say. Castle. Obliterator. Oh no. We can kill this though. Maybe we do just discover Sky Sovereign. Fine. Like the dodge here is nice. but I think I'd rather have the opportunity to cast the Chariots. Also, them tapping out for an Obliterator is really, really telling about their hand, I guess. What they could be like, oh, they probably just don't have a Greasefang. But on the flip side, or we need to miss a land drop as well. We run this into. We've got 2 copies. Maybe we like go like attack Thoughtseize. This is the other thing is if their like removal is like fatal push, that's not gonna cut it either. They can still use castle here, but I'm just gonna Thoughtseize away. They have any answers to Greasefang? Okay, they have Murder Strider. We'll go ahead and take that. That leaves them with just push. They don't have any way to sacrifice, like, they don't have any, like, lands to sacrifice. They can get back Obliterator here, but we can make Greasefang in response. That feels pretty good. Witchcore Talisman. And we see the Gary. Okay, Shoulder instead. Sure. Right, because they got Murder Strider so they can deal with the Greasefang. That makes some sense. They do have to wait to do that, so we'll just go ahead and make some angels. We get to kill an angel here. Like, this might not be the trump it maybe could be. They need to work out whether they want to kill Greasefang or they want to, like, angel. They're 11, they're 13. They lose 2 to play the Murder Strider. They can do this when we go to combat. They don't. This is not, it's bad for them to do it now, like, actively. Okay, balance 11. Second card is a Wishcore Talisman. I'm gonna go attack. I'm not gonna block. Here we draw. We're at 10. I don't think what they can Wishclaw for. So this costs them 1 mana to use. If the cards are land, then for us, we would rather classically salvage. Like, is there a situation where we want to block? Yeah, this is really bad. Oh, you start making Escus Chariots. It's not super helpful though. It's not like this is helpful either. We'd rather have the land here. If we're gonna have to play that mid-range game plan, we're like giving them tier effects. Well, all right, let's cash grab. Oh golly. Right, sure. It's all bad. If I attack, I get a 6, get a 4. I only get 2 turns. We kind of need to castle up behind this. I mean, I'm not happy about. This 2 turns isn't going to cut it. This time we bought with the angel. Then we've got 2 sets of chariots. If they use the talisman, we get it. We can use it to shoot the Greasefang. Like, yeah, I would put it against control of it. And so we're doing this so that we don't just immediately lose the game, pretty much. Because they could also shoot it for like Sign in Blood. Which I don't. I think it got reprinted. Now I'm like, did it? It was in the Strixhaven Mystical Archive, but not as a standard legal card. I thought there was something like that. The one I was actually worried about was Invoke, Invoke Despair. But that would at least we get like a ton. Look at what they're going to cheat it for here. They can cheat it for an Obliterator. That'd be kind of annoying. Again, not the end of the world. You can start teetering up Gary. Gary would also kill us pretty quickly. But it depends if like the card that they've got in hand is like a removal spell. If it is, then maybe they will use it. If not, then maybe not. Because we could use it for Greasefang. I guess the concern. Gifted Aetherborn. Sure. I'm going to cast the Murder Shrider. Oh, we can't even draw into... Can't stay away. What's the play pattern here? It's just this, because there's nothing we can draw into with this. I think we're pretty dead, given they can just go to you. But I don't think that's the way to kind of get around this. Yeah, but... Oh, they can go get Garrett. Yeah, sure. Well, we'll let him do it. He has to go get Green Merchant. Bang. Alright, alright. That's a sweet way to lose anyway. Alright, yeah. Rough loss, but hey, we pick it back up, we pick it back up. Informant, salvage. I'm missing a white source for these informants, which is a bit of a red flag. If I want to actually salvage, I'm like, kind of tempted, but with Sky Sovereign, I'm like, I think we could maybe mulligan this. We'll go ahead and keep this. I want to chuck one of these away? Yeah. Ooh, Epicure. I can go a couple of different ways. I'm gonna go with try and tap to. I'm gonna hold off playing the Thoughtseize. Dark still said, oh, okay, sure. Makes a lot of sense. Well, makes some sense. I'm gonna pass it. We can cash grab, but we have the Parhelion. Parhelion we can discard to bit of triumph if they like go for some this cops a crew play. A little worried about it in Soul, but there's a Cryptic Cloak instead. Alright. Tricky, tricky. Right, because that can't attack. We'll discard a card. We'll do this. Drop the Parhelion into the grave. That saves us a bit of damage. Yeah, I'm a little worried about Unsoul still. We'll see what goes on. Informant. This is like the Thoughtseize is a bit dependent on the cash grab. I'm just gonna cast this. Sure. Alright. Well, these are both on the well, this is unblockable. So we can make it, we can make the chariot next turn. Ooh, okay. This turns something to creature later on. I'm going a bit wider. Get a 13. Akanema. This blocks up these. This makes oh, it does get it flying. Oh, that's rude. So it jumps non-creature. Yeah. 3, like 4, 5, 6, 7 unblockable. You get a 5. I want to give us the maximum chance to hit combo stuff. The thing is, we might still be dead to this unblockable creature. After all that. Okay, that's not bad. Sure. This also uses all that mana. So if this happens, We get to make flyers. We get to block one of the things here. It's real tricky. Actually, Super Narrow game. On the Citadel. Oh, that one comes out from the graveyard. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. The 5. Uh, 13, 14, 15, 16. Is not enough. So it's a case of, do they have... there's a bunch of direct damage spells they can have to kill us. It's a case of, do they have them? Not quite dead on board, but it could be any number of things. Okay, cool. Yeah, there's a Shrapnel Blast. That'll do exactsies, but really we're at 2 effectively anyway. Alright, tough cookies. Alright, this might be the last match we play here. We have Party in hand, we have Thoughtseeds, we have Untap lands. Hold of this, and maybe let's see what we have with Grizzly Salvage. I'm gonna keep it. Party's on Yorion stuff. Okay. Yorion stuff with fancy lands. These like Broker's Hide Inside lands could mean one of two things. It could be on some kind of like Animus deck, where they're trying to bring back lands again and again, or they could also be on just like Omnath. Either of which pretty fine. I'm gonna hold the Thoughtseize in that case. I'm gonna try and like isolate a piece of interaction to make a way. But it depends what they have before then. Okay, seems like the former. In which case we actually drew a Greasefang. And maybe we should look to get into a graveyard. Or maybe we should look to put heading into a graveyard. Is this finds tapped red lands? Oh, this is Forest Plains Island anyway. It's untapped, it's okay. Not give anything away. I was like thinking about this Thoughtseize, but we'll see what we hit off the Grizzly Salvage. White mana. Yeah. We don't hit a vehicle, which is actually really unfortunate. We'll take a pathway. We have 8 to hit. That's kind of tough. Here, just saying go. All they have. Yeah, it's like, okay, yeah, we should have thought this ourselves. Oh, what game? Sure. We'll run the Greasefang Gambit. The thing is that this will make red mana if they want it. This is the most mana efficient thing that we can do. Kind of crazy, but hey, we'll give it a shot. Yeah, they get red. See what answer they actually want to use. And then we're like, okay, we'll make a chariot. Oh, okay. Sure. They've already used their land drop for the turn, though. The Zomnath isn't, in theory, doing that much. They have Splunking, but they can't Omnath into Splunking. Unless they have another way. use that green mana for an extra land drop. If they have like an Arboreal Razor, then we're going pretty deep. Ill-timed Explosion, sure. I'm gonna get outvalued a little bit here, maybe. I actually discarded the Omnath. Interesting. Chariot, go ahead. Main phase deluge. I guess they just need to find stuff. Both of us kind of stuttering a little bit. Cape Tunnel. Just another terrible expanse. We should leave with this because there's a combination of cards that wins us the game here. That's not it, but we actually would like that. I think I'm discarding Temple Garden. Use the TT. We'll crew this up like this. Oh, in a combat. Alright, do we have 5 mana? Do I want to be able to respond to Omnath, or do I want to be able to kill something? I guess we can Duress and work out whether we want to shock this Godless Shrine. Okay, I'm going to do this and then we'll play this untapped. Seems decent. The thing about Omnath is that because it's got this draw a card trigger on it, means you can't just play the land straight away. It's like almost intentionally designed to be a downside, which is obviously feels like an upside to drawing cards, but hey. We drew a land. Kind of have all the mana we want, but let's have a quick look. They don't have Growth Spiral. If they draw an untapped land, they can Animist into a thing, but I think that's fine. I think I should take the Omnath. Tricky. This is the fair beatdown game. There we go. We got the Greasefang combo anyway. Nice one. Alright, we did go 2-2 overall, but that's some interesting matchups. Yeah, just a quick one today. Wanted to show all the new stuff for Abzan Greasefang. There's a bunch of new, like, kind of interesting stuff in Explorer Pioneer that either new or kind of like recently freed up. And with Duskmourn coming soon as well, there's like quite a lot to go through. So more stuff coming. Please do like, subscribe, share the video around. I would really, really appreciate that. It helps me out a ton. And yeah, have a great day. Thanks for watching. Peace out.